Hello to the third part of the most likely worst voiceover ever. So let's begin. The sword. The sound of a sword. A person is fighting. Who is fighting? I should go look. Wait, there's no way I can do that. Right now, I am a ghoul. I'm not human. As long as I'm still a monster, interacting with a human is extremely dangerous. However, a person is there. A person? Yeah! It's only been a few days since I become a monster, but it feels like I haven't seen a human in a while. If I can choose mask my presence and peek at them. Still, from the looks of her armor and sword, she must be an iron level adventurer just starting out. But what is a beginner doing all the way on this floor? I suppose I could be one of the reasons. I wasn't very strong as an adventurer, but there was something I was more skilled at than most. Memorization, the names, affiliation, and relationship of the guild members. I could prevent unnecessary trouble. Occasionally, I could use this to intervene between other adventurers. Basically, I was more knowledgeable about the adventures than anyone else. I was able to secure my place in the city of Malt. If I had never seen someone before, it would mean that they were new to the guild or in Malt. In addition, despite being a beginner myself, I would advise them not to go too deep and die in vain. In that way, I was able to contribute to the guild, and even as a bronze level adventurer, I wasn't thought as a burden. That's also the reason I was able to continue for 10 years as a bronze. Putting that aside, the problem is here her set situation. She's a skeleton once isn't as monster a beginner can hunt on their own. Normally it takes a party of 2 or 3 to defeat it. Even a veteran solo bronzer like me can barely do it. Normally I would make the decision to run, but if they haven't been taught the basic of adventuring, they won't know when to turn back, and they will gradually exhaust their stamina, become unable to retreat. After being cornered and losing any opportunities to run, it's the end. I have seen adventures like this many times, but an adventurer's way of life starts with knowing danger. It's normally to not have the luxury of thinking of saving people. This situation can't be helped. It can't be helped. I have to save her. It turned red. I guess that's impossible. Wanted to tell her to cut it from behind, but amazing! A skeleton instantly. I'm surprised by myself. I thought I had some strength, but not this much. This is the power of existential evolution. At this rate, I wonder if the day I become a vampire is close. Hi? Don't come closer! Well, I guess that's no surprise. I'm a ghoul that instantly defeated a skeleton she was struggling with. There's no way a ghoul would appear on the earlier floors in the labyrinth of the reflection moon. If one was identified, an elite would be sent from the guild and imagine his subjugation. That would be nothing but a disaster for me. So there's no way I can let her go. First I will cut off her escape. Ah! And know immediately. I have to clean the misunderstanding. and talk with her. It's saying something. Adventure. Are you possible? You are that adventure? I'm Linda. Mr. Lando. Ah, Mr. Lando. So, Mr. Lando, where did you end up? I'm don't even know. But I've that means just know you just saved me. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, took so long. That's why favor? Adventures help each other. As long as you don't want to eat my flesh. I want. Please. Put me clothes. Clothes? Ah, I see. So that's what you want. If you remain like this, if other adventures come by, you will be taken for monsters and attacked. So you want clothes so you will be able to go to the city outside. In that case, wouldn't a robe that covers your body be best? I'm lucky she's so sharp. It's earlier that I've thought, but she might be able to do something with this. You don't seem like a bad monster. And if you hadn't been here, I would already be dead. You're my saver monster. I'm Ringa Lupage, daughter of the knight's house. Will repay my debt. Please wait here, Mr. Lento. I was able to communicate better than I thought. Despite her age, she seems pretty educated. Her being the daughter of a knight's house doesn't seem to be a lie. Well, it's not like I believed everything. But if I trust my intuition as an adventure, that girl is probably fine. In that case, I'm sure a strong adventure will be coming. Guess I will get some strength in the meantime. In any case, it might be good to practice some hide and seek. Well, even if she betrays me, I will deal with that then. Yaran Kingdom, City of Malt, Guild. Mr. Lento hasn't returned. The person who shows up at the guild every day. Where in the world did he go? Guild employee Sheila Ibasle. I thought he would be back soon after he left, just like always. But now that I think about it, you can easily count the days he hasn't been to the guild. He always enters the labyrinth at the same time every day, and he would always return to the guild at the same time, resupply, and report the completion of query requests. Then he would start his own studying. That's his routine, that's his day-to-day. Even so, I've known Mr. Lento for over 5 years now. I remember hating it when I first became his advisor. It's not that I hated him. Giving guidance to those without ability is part of our job. It wouldn't be strange to be thinking about retirement if you only pass the level after 5 years. I had convinced myself I would been handled the case too fair, but he was different. It was because his true strengths would never be reflected by his fighting ability or class. Learning and knowing the people in the area, nutrition and teaching the new adventures, basic manners and techniques, always taking on the vision that no one else wanted to do. He interested whenever there were arguments the guild found difficult in advising on, and he supported the guild management from the outset. The result were things like lower death rate among adventurers, stabilized public order, and revitalization of the city. The city guild produced many accomplishments that would have been impossible without him. The number of adventurers and employees that learned from him is not small, even though most of the top brass the city are receiving guidance from Mr. Lento. He was never rewarded for what he did, which was surprising, but he always did everything like he enjoyed it and never gave up. His dream of becoming a mythic class adventurer. Can't believe I'm worried over him not returning. Mr. Lento, please be safe. Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm sorry, I'm spaced out. If I'm correct, you are a beginner. I'm Ringa Lupark. You've just returned from your first labyrinth. I have something I want to talk about today. Information about the stores around here. In that case, I have a simple map. It's usually for tourists and people who have just come to the city. I recommend here and here. Also, this is a bit of a sketchy store, so be careful of the merchandise. Yes. Thank you for your assistance. Take care. Now that I think about it, Mr. Lento was the first of one to make this map. Mr. Lento? Come back soon. I don't remember how many I've defeated anymore. Before I was skeleton that died trying to take a single enemy down, but even against multiple opponents, one being slashed down then in twos, it's not like my ability with a sword has increased or anything though. The power in my body, and in addition to simple body strength, the amount of magic ability and spirit is continually increasing. The body that was heavy before is now moving perfectly to my will. I wonder if the ones who made it higher than me saw the world like this from the beginning. If I could, this is how I would have wanted it to be while I was still living. When I was alive, I would always imagine how I wanted to move my body while swinging a sword. I would get blood blistered, they would burst and would keep swinging, but no matter how much may I swing, my body would never move exactly as I imagined. Well, even after dying, I'm able to fight with my own will, so I guess that's fine. Excuse me? Huh? That's good. That's you, Mr. Lento? It's me. It's fine, but honestly, you're speaking, it's gotten a little better. Praise this. That's great. After all, you have plans to go into your town after this. Oh, that's great. Here are the things you ordered, and your change. With this, I can cover my body. Also, there seems to be more. a pond, and a bed. I thought those might be necessary as well if you wanted to hide your appearance. Thank you. I was glad to leave it to her. A sturdy rope. The porch and small things are well made too. With this, no one will recognize me as a monster. No, the only problem is how much I can hide my face. I have a mirror. Would you like to take a look? How sharp is this girl? Yes. To be honest, I'm not used to it either. Since that was the case, I actually parked one more thing. The price wasn't that high either, and I thought it was perfect. What do you think of this, Mr. Lento? A mask. So, thank you for listening to the third part of the most likely worst voiceover ever. So, see you next time. Bye bye.